Look at me, 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 look at me now. Fuck, are you kidding me? All of my
Coming up next, it's a UFC heavyweight division collision.
Ready?
All right, so here we go with the start of round one. I can tell how excited you are for this matchup. Seems to be a striking advantage on one side, but maybe not.
This is a big-time fight. It feels like a big moment for both of these guys' careers. Who is going to be able to implement their game plan the best in this matchup between these two big-time athletes?
Well, you saw the tail of the tape. He has a reach advantage and made good use of it there with that punch. Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by the gentleman. Big punch lands over the top. How's he going to follow this one?
Straight left counter, that one will work. Just missed with that right hand. Big head kick. And they separate.
He loaded up on that right hand, too.
Lee's uppercut, but that one is blocked.
Over and over, he's landing these big body kicks.
Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots.
Nice head kick.
Oh, and now he lands the knee. I'm not sure his opponent saw that coming.
Didn't see it coming because he does such a great job of just throwing. He doesn't have any tell when he's going to throw it.
Hard shots landing on both sides here. Oh, nice punch there by Lee. Just out of the range with that right hand. Oh, single collar tie here. Nice kick landed there by Lee.
Superman punch.
Much improved defensively as he blocks the shot. And he landed the right hand there. Well, a lot of people think he might have the best jab in this division, certainly using it effectively here.
I mean, one of the best jabs in the world across all combat sports. The way that it just comes out, it's beautiful. The backside hand is always at the chin. The elbows tucked to the ribs. The jab goes out. The jab comes right back to the face. It's picture-perfect technique, almost like a Taibo class or something like that.
Oh, nice connection there with the punch, DC.
Great timing to land that punch.
Oh, and he caught the kick. All right, so a nice shot there defensively to raise the guard and prevent any damage.
Those hands never leave where they're supposed to be, and if you do that, most times you will block a shot that's incoming. He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows.
Straight to the body by Lee. Back to his patented kicks here, but just out of range. All right, so he continues to land that jab. His opponent said he was ready for it, but doesn't appear to be.
You're not ready until you're in there. You can watch all the film you want. You can spar as much as you want, but until you feel a guy with a fast jab like this, you don't understand the precision of that punch.
And he lands a punch there. Pretty good connection by him.
Great connection. He's in a great flow right now. That was a thuddy leg kick.
Big right hook coming, it's blocked. Lands with a right hand.
Yeah, he's mixing it all up. Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt.
Just misses there with the left. All right, he'll engage in a single collar tie. Side kick is true. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. And he connects there with a punch, so pretty good striking display by him thus far.
He throws everything so straight and so accurate.
Well, he's got the reach advantage. You might as well use it. Nice job there to find a home for that jab. Nice job by the fighter here to continue to block the shots coming his way. You think he's trying to sort of fatigue his opponent here a little bit?
He's kind of watching and seeing everything that's happening in front of him. Later, you'll see him start to count after blocking shots.
Back and forth we go! Oh, looked like he might have been in range, but misses with the kick. Splits the guard, lands the right hand. Kick to the body by Lee. 5 minutes in the books. Right now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides here.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did, and they both found success over the course of that round.
Last round, he was all over you, but you're better than that. Come on, man, let's take it out. Get back in there, let's get back to the game plan. Hands high, work behind.
All right, so after he landed a high number of kicks in the previous round, we'll see if he can keep it going here as our next round gets underway.
He should stay the course. He's so educated with his legs and his feet that he's giving his opponent a very difficult time trying to anticipate what's coming his way. Nice.
Trying to land the elbow there to no avail. All right, well, he's landed some good shots tonight, but there's no three-piece, there's no soda. More often than not, it's one and done.
He's not even getting a combination. I mean, if you're gonna sit there at the drive-thru, order a combination, take the soda with your food, give him the right hand behind the jab, give him the hook behind the right hand, jab, right hand, hook, that's 2 pieces of chicken and a biscuit, finish him off with the uppercut, that is your soda. I mean, come on, man, let this guy have the whole thing.
All right, so a good series of kicks by him there. He has mixed it up beautifully, I think, on the feet tonight.
He is kicking everywhere tonight. He's doing a fantastic job.
Lee gets caught with that punch.
Look at him drive his shin into his opponent's body with that body kick.
Huge block there. All right, he lands a hook there, DC. Now we'll see if he can follow it up.
When you throw a hook, it can go around the guard of your opponent.
Well, at this point, he's got to be way up on the judges' scorecards, clearly winning the fight, and largely has gotten it done with his striking tonight.
Got it done with his striking. He fought well behind the jab, but it was significant strikes that really did make an impact on the judges' minds.
Oh, how about that? He lands a huge kick. Superman punch now.
Yes, that you heard him in the last round. Same exact one.
Wow, that right punch has been the money weapon for him tonight, and he landed it again there.
If his opponent does not change something, he will continue to throw the strike until he makes him stop throwing.
Well, he's got the longer reach, and he certainly showed it there in landing that straight punch. Look at the torso on the right side. Major bruising, and it's only getting worse. Nice connection with a punch there. It's hard to recall a time in the past that his boxing looked this sharp.
He's never looked this good.
Lands a nice straight punch there. Now we'll see if he can follow it up.
What do you follow up a great punch like this with? I'm excited to see what happens.
Oh, man. That jumped out of your seat a little bit after that.
Oh, I did, because I have times where I've been kicked like that. And I'm going to tell you one thing. It does not feel good.
Well, he was a little bit lackluster in round one. You can't say the same here in this second round. He has really picked up the pace, an uptick in the aggression and the output, and starting to find his range here in the pocket. Lands flush with that right hand. Swing and a big miss by Lee.
Nice, sneaky head kick.
Looked like he clipped him with a left hand counter there. Oh, and he connects with a punch there, DC. You gotta like what you're seeing thus far.
I mean, the speed at which he throws is crazy. Oh, man, head kick lands.
All right, good job by him there to raise the guard and protect his head.
He's doing a good job of keeping the guard high, blocking his head, making sure he's not taking those damaging strikes up top.
Oh, man, this guy kicks like a mule.
So hard. He kicks so hard every time you can see him drive his shin into his opponent.
He missed with that jab attempt there.
Head kick.
Lee gets caught with that punch. Oh, left hook to the head, it's blocked. Oh, collar tie. Flush right hand is true. And now they are throwing both sides with conviction.
Big kick lands.
While the body was wide open, his opponent took advantage. Kick to the body lands flush. He's gonna have to make some adjustments here moving forward.
You don't really stand after you take a head kick like this. That is such toughness to even be on his feet right now. Real nice body kick land.
And he connects with a punch there. We'll see if there's more where that came from.
Boxing, boxing, boxing.
That jab is fast. Look at that jab.
Big kick.
Lands the right hand. All right, now we check out some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about the display of striking?
Just high level. I mean, you would think that we're watching a K1 level kickboxing match opposed to being in the UFC. Both displayed great technical skills, unbelievable striking.
That last round's over. He took his best shots and smiled back.
All right, next round is underway, DC. We talked about his powerful kicks, how he attacks all sides of the body, the head, the legs. Pretty good start for him tonight.
That was so impressive to see. Someone fight almost predominantly with their legs and have that level of success.
Man, he is so sound defensively. Nice job to raise the guard there.
It's the relaxation that allows him to see things coming and block most of the strikes that are coming at him.
Ooh! Trying to go to the body here, unable to find the target. Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he has kick home, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it was coming high, and now he's got him hurt bad.
Oh, big left. And there comes the separation now.
Look at the turnover in that kick.
Well, he is at his kickboxing best tonight. Another nice, good series of kicks by him there.
I mean, the kicks are coming in bunches. Normally it's the hands. Tonight he's throwing kick after kick after kick. Very tricky when he throws that body kick.
Just out of range with that right hand.
Head kick.
And a nice job at least staying upright on that. Lee gets back up and pretty quickly, I might add.
Beautiful leg kick throw.
Looking to land the right hand, he misses.
Big head kick lands.
Good series of kicks by him there, DC. He certainly has that part of his game going tonight.
He's a fantastic kickboxer, but tonight is the kicks that's leading the dance.
Lee gets caught with that punch. Don't be afraid to get that head off the center line.
Big body kick lands.
Well, this is exactly the sense of urgency you're looking for. Try to take the judges out of it. He is lighting them up now. Strong defense here as the hook to the head is blocked.
I mean, he's cutting him down the side with a beautiful leg kick. Beautiful strike.
Looking to counter with his left hand, but he misses. Right punches there. Single collar tie now. Oh, nice slip there. It sounds simple, right? Hit and don't get hit, but this guy's defense has been sharp tonight.
Cat and mouse. You gotta play cat and mouse. Hit, don't get hit. He does a great job of that.
Just misses with that one. Lee gets tattooed with that hook. Beautifully timed and placed.
Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down.
He misses with the right hand. Lee's head kick looked like that one was blocked. Oh, such a natural jab, and there it is again as he gets the hand right to the target.
I mean, right to the target, John. It's like a dude sitting there with a red target on his nose, just getting beat up, hitting bullseye after bullseye after bullseye. I love his ability to feint once and then throw that jab right behind it. It's nasty.
Well, he's looking for that left hand, just out of range, though, with it.
Big ball punch lands. Now he gets back to range. He didn't like that left hand. He needs to start looking to finish now.
His opponent storming like a fish out of water now. The ground and pound is on point. This could very well be the beginning of the end.
This could be the beginning of the end. We've seen some really good ground and pound fighters. This young man is as good as any you've ever seen.
Fight thus far. How's his opponent still standing?
I mean, I have no idea. This fight is supposed to be over. And it might not be over now, but it's got to be over very soon.
That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds. All right, and there's the horn, and you hear the collective sigh from the crowd. They're all watching that lip, and we're monitoring it as well. Nasty, nasty gash. It's only getting worse by the moment. Doctor called in here. We'll see if he stops the fight. Well, he had a lot more than a puncher's chance coming in. Big knockdown for him in the previous round. DC, talk us through the highlight.
He got in his opponent's face, landed that big punch that put his opponent flat on his back. He couldn't get the finish, but if he lands one more time just like that, he will get the victory.
All right, so next round underway here, and you got to admire the stamina that both of these guys still exuded towards the end of that round. Both men put a particular focus on their cardiovascular commitment in this training camp, and it's clearly paid dividends here tonight. We have 2 legitimately fresh fighters here as we hit this next round. To get the bonus checks ready.
I mean, this fight is about done. He's got him hurt very bad with his head kick. Now he has to find one more strike in the night.
Well, he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down tonight. He continues to connect on a high volume of strikes here.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick. That knee,
big knee.
That knee hurt him.
Trying to do damage now with the kick. That's a miss. Right hand on point. Got clipped with the right hand. Just out of range with that left hook.
There's no give on that leg kick.
Stuffs the takedown, no problem.
Nice strike. What a body kick.
This fight's gonna be over, DC.
What a great way of mixing up his attack. He didn't stay the course. He mixed it up. He went high when his opponent thought he was going low, and now he's got him hurt very badly. He's giving him so many different things right now.
Oh, big left hook there. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. How about that chin? Well, eventually you know he's going to turn this defense into offense, but he's certainly doing a nice job on the defensive end thus far.
They talk about the feeling out process. He's getting his opponent's timing. Now he's blocking everything. Expect counters as we go forward. Nice punch there.
All right, he engages in the single collar tie. Pretty good right hand. Nice jab there by Lee. Lands. Inside, he's hurt now.
He turned his entire body into that uppercut, and it landed exactly as he was hoping for.
Well, you can just just see he is oozing with confidence, and not overconfidence, but a big knockdown in round one, likely the source of that confidence.
When everything is going great, you tend to feel like you can walk through a wall. He doesn't need to walk through a wall.
Oh!
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Oh, vicious kick to the outside of that lead leg. You got to start checking these, man.
Got to check these kicks, or you're going to be limping around the octagon very shortly.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Well, he has certainly found the range and staying pretty busy here on the feet.
He's being busy, but it's also the timing and the accuracy. What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish this fight.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Close guard. Strong bottom work here, staying busy. All right, less than a minute here to go in our fourth round. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Oh, nice job to reverse position on the ground.
It was bad, but now it's not so bad. What a fantastic sweep.
Man, isn't it fun to watch this dude work on the mat?
He's unbelievable how fluid he is in his motions on the mat.
Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now. And there's the buzzer indicating the end of round 4. All right, that's the end of the round. That is not the end of the bleeding. As you see the cut on the bridge of the nose, and that thing is not getting better, ladies and gentlemen. The cut man is going to give that some attention, but that's not an ideal location either. That blood is getting into the mouth. Ugly stuff for him to deal with here. All right, so there's the end of the round, and on one side, thrill, on the other, agony after that knockdown.
Yeah, he was able to really damage him with that punch. You see the hands, the speed, how sharp he is, how technical he is. It allows him to land in spots where his opponent is winging punches. Great strike landed, great punch landed to put his opponent down. I mean, look at the commitment to kicking in this fight.
All right, so he postures up here and now figures to rain down some ground strikes.
Yeah, the ground and pound will be aplenty from this position.
Lee's looking to pass out of the half guard here, maybe looking for side control. He's denied. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Well, you gotta stay busy on the bottom. He's doing it here. Nice punch. Strong bottom work here, staying busy. Fighters back to their feet here.
Nice kick.
Lee's hook shot blocked, though, by the defense. Nice job getting that guard up to prevent any further damage.
Nice punch, man.
And just misses with that big right hand. Oh, Superman punch is good. You can tell he's been working on that.
Beautiful body kick.
Blocks the shot. Oh, look at the welts all over that right thigh. Really starting to bruise now. Just a slip there.
Beautiful head kicks.
Trying to establish that jab once again.
Get those combinations going.
Just over 3 minutes now to go in the fight.
Now look at him jumping in to try to get the finish.
Oh, so an interesting decision there as he decides to stand up and relinquish the dominant position. Well, he put so much stock into this fight, and now we're late in the game, and if he doesn't get a finish, this opportunity goes by the board.
I mean, it's almost over.
Oh!
Put him to sleep.
Beautiful diving strike lands. All right, so you gotta be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Well, he works hard to get up again here, but he looks hurt. And he caught the kick. We'll see what he can do with it. Got the single collar tie. Oh, lands a stiff punch there. Nice kick. Oh!
It's over. Wow.
Pinpoint strike to end this fight. It landed flush. I'm not even sure the opponent wholly saw it coming, and before he could recover, the referee was in to stop the fight. So a huge knockout victory for that fighter here tonight. So there he is as the celebration continues. A huge knockout for him here tonight. That could hold up as one of the better knockouts of the year.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Bergliata has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 6 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by knockout, Bruce the Dragon